Okay, we should be live. Hopefully everyone's doing all right today. And sorry if I seem a little off kilter. You're getting about a 30% Alzorath today. Ugh, that's why short stream most likely. We're going to get through Disc 1 though. Hopefully everyone's doing all right. Greetings and salivations. How's it going, Daladon? Let me adjust my headphones so I'm not deafening myself. Didn't even do my pre-stream audio checks because I'm kind of sliding in sideways today. We have, I think we have two things. No, I think we only have one thing, don't we? Left to do, and that is the Petrograd thing for 100,000 gold. Sorry, cash, whatever it is in this. We have 127,000 because I did. You'll notice whenever we go into a shop next, what I did. I basically got us our 50% discount, got us a 25% increase. Contract came in. Is it everything they promised at the very least? Because I know contracts can change up until the time they're signed. But congratulations. Hey, Bells. Yeah, sorry if I'm not like, oh, super hyper today. I've literally been completely off the past like 4 days. I'm still running a bit of a temperature. I'm sitting at like, it doesn't sound like much because I know normal people sit 98.6 is supposed to be normal. I'm sitting at like 99.1, but my normal's like 97 point something usually. So that should tell you some things. But it is breaking. It was at 101 a couple days ago. So we're doing good. I am on the mend. They stole 1.5 months of work in the sense to get your salary rank up delayed, which you couldn't care to fight for at this point. They have worn you out completely. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. But I totally feel I'm just tired of fighting it. Just let it get me back to what I was doing kind of feeling. You're going to search your jobs while in the position. What they have done is really made you lose interest. I can understand that. But at least you have that safety net back there in the form of the job. So you'll be able to search without that extra stress in the background. Because I don't know how many people realize this, but for like being unemployed and searching for a job is about 1 million times more stressful than being employed and searching for a job. The only struggle when you're employed and searching for a job is, scheduling those interviews. You're usually 1 degree Celsius under normal. Yeah, that was Fahrenheit. I don't know what it is under Celsius. I do not have the brain power today to calculate that out. I barely have the brain power to remember what I ate last. The fact that the bowl is right here reminds me that it was like a few pieces of roast and potatoes, and I have been drinking orange juice and tea all morning. I was going to jump back into getting a bunch of coffee, but I think it's probably better I stay on the tea for a bit. You've been dynamiting kittens. Satisfactory. That's some creepy cats. I still think the orbs in Grounded creep me out the most, but those cats are definitely creepy. just minding your own business, and West Side Spiders walked in. I wonder how hard it would be to replace that GIF that they're using for the cats in the game files to something else. Because I could totally see replacing that cat with like a number of things and having some really meme-worthy YouTube stuff. You're terrified of spiders? I am sorry. They retain the scare factor for you. The kittens? Yeah. We've got a drunk guy in Petrograd to find. The drunk man near the entrance to the Gallery of the Dead. I have no idea where the Gallery of the Dead is. Or just looking for a drunk guy. They're still fucking eerie. Yeah. That's oddly enough gonna, like, for me, it's true of a lot of these, like, phobia filters. The thing they replace it with is often just as creepy for me, which I guess is intentional. I'm guessing Gallery of the Dead is... Is Gallery of the Dead the stairs down? Like over here. Yeah, this guy. Oh, the drink must have worn off all the monsters. Just vanished into thin air. Oh, yeah, I found something. I'm sure it's really rare. You can have it for 100,000. You got me here. I need it for the crest. I would not have done that grinding if it wasn't a crest. If it was just like a random shitty item, nah. But we want our Solomon's Key. Okay, so we got that top one. Got Forsaken Hill, we're still missing one on, yeah. Which one is he gonna be in? You already got that one. Asmodeus is not in any of these. Because those are already done. Oh, no, you are in Demon Lord of Authority. He lusts for power, but no other reason than to wield it. Besides, his castle is the Spring of Wisdom. Okay. So he is, like, a special one. You're just a scaredy cat? Or are you scaredy of cats? Have temperatures gone down in the US too? Yes. Average body temperature of people is just down in general globally. What's weird is people call me like a space heater as well. Because, like, I emanate a lot of heat, but my core temperature's never been super high. Admittedly, I've had extremely crappy fevers before. I think the highest I've been where it got measured was 104. That felt like you're having a freaking heart attack because it feels like your blood's boiling. But no, this is nowhere near that. It's just not sleeping well, stuff like that. General malaise. But I will be doing better. It was my birthday gift to myself. Let's go ahead and see what that crest actually has, at least. So Asmodeus is a freaking level 20 dark resist and evil crest. Large one hit, increases one ally's dark class special attack defense. So that is our first large. Uses up an entire half of our thing. Thank you for the gift subs. You really don't need to, but I appreciate it. Improves my mood a bit. If anyone wants to get on the hype train, you've got about 5 minutes. Thank you for the happy birthday, too. It's this month is all I'm going to say about, like, the exact date. I don't know what it is, but I never feel comfortable, like, giving my exact birth date online. Even on those forms where it's like, please tell us your birthday, and it's just trying to do like an age verification, I literally just put like January 1st of the year. Usually. That or I'll put the 1st of May. Now, if it's like a formal documentation for like banks or something important, yeah, I'll give my actual birthday, but I don't see a point to do that for like Steam. How old are you? Old a fucking enough. Oh. That was a lot of gift subs. Many, many thanks. Okay, so we got that item. We already got the Jerome Valley, I think. Oh, the fan feels good on me. I think the AC might have just kicked on too, though. You were the youngest in Sunday's D&D. It was weird. Oh no. That I don't think I've ever ran into that personally. Except whenever I was actually not even in college, there was one person that was younger than me in the group. In high school, there was a person a grade down from me, so they were younger. Admittedly, there was someone in the same grade as me that was like 2 years older, but that's an entirely different discussion. But yeah, that would feel weird for me to be the youngest. I've always been the old man. In D&D groups. Admittedly, when we're talking about like people younger than me, I think the youngest I've actually done D&D with since turning over 30 myself would be like mid-20s. Oh wait, no, there is one that's younger. On this, I think they're younger than that. No, they've got to be mid-20s because they're graduating university. Yeah, they've got to be mid-20s. They're graduating this year. So that'd put them at least 22, if not 23 or 24. Cola is the youngest on the server, and he is largely in the games because he is a mischievous little bastard, the conspiracy board boy. I'm mischievous in a different way. I personally enjoy finding buttons to deviate from the expected path. But now we get to go to Aponia Tower. Not that type of pony. I know someone out there was going to get excited about that. Aponia Tower. We've got a handful of items. Oh, there's going to be puzzles in here. One of those, you forgot what they're called. Like, you can make some note boards on teams and such. The cork boards. Or the pin boards. I think I know what you're talking about. The ones where people always show, like, red thread between the pins. And which emoji? Gimme that. That is not what I expected Gimme Dat to look like. Of course, I have been corrupted by the internet, so... Here, Let's see if I can find it so I can show it on there. There it is. Being corrupted by the internet means that that is not what I see whenever I hear "gimme dat." I tend to see something more. I don't know if I actually have an emoji of this type. Do I don't think I do. I generally have emotes from fairly wholesome creators that have been gifted to me. Well, some of them are fairly wholesome. Yeah, no butt cheek ones. But yeah, whenever I hear "gimme dat," it's just like my brain just goes butt cheek. That's not corrupt and a half. Okay. Oh, look. It's a tower. It's a tower. What do we get to know? Probably suffering. What on earth is Nikolai doing here? Oh, Elliot, my brother-in-law, told me a long time ago. A tower in the Vatican holds all the anger and hatred of the world, and the vault at the top must never be opened. What would happen if it was? I cannot do Anastasia today. Jesus. Oh, they say all that evil and resentment would take root in people's hearts. Is that a chest behind him? I mean, everyone would start arguing. It wouldn't just be arguments, you doofus. It would be war. Dude, your body is in the way of me getting that treasure. Do I have to, like, loop all the way around for it, maybe? How do I get you treasure? I see it just sitting over there. It's daunting me. Your body's in the way of this chest. Okay. So we are going to, of course, save first. Like with a proper save. Because it'll start complaining at me if I don't do a proper save at least every once in a while. Man. For one that I'm not going to use until like way late in the game, that was a very expensive crest. But if we don't have it, unfortunately, we're going to struggle with some things. I totally agree with that gesture there, Yuri. Let's go for, I think it's feed days. Feed these nuts. What? Oh, special skills. Let's go. Let's do a magma. These are definitely some interesting looking enemies. We've got the dead guy in the chair. Got the headless something. Floating guy. Our camera does not want to cooperate. There's like something there that it wants to go up over. It struggles with. That did not kill them. That is a bad sign. Sword arts. Bullenvogel. No. Uberduke. Of course I can't get all three of you in it, because you got knocked outwards. I'll take out Headless What the Fuck and Sword Boy. Okay, so you're about to go down. Oh, we have the wrong person in the party. I have the wrong person in the party. I didn't even notice I had her in the party. And I guess you can snapshot him. I don't think you're going to get anything from Chairboys. That's how you feel about Yuffie most of the time. Just yeeting the child across the floor. You find it interesting that you can yeet the big guy. Oh, we got 4 of the 5. Okay, album, cash steal, sure.
Your mistress summons you.
Give me your money, bitch. All that for 72 gold. Hey, queen, how's it going? We definitely don't need to waste a soul comet. We're just going to claw their eyes out. I am surviving, but we will beat Disc 1 today. Still on a bit of the mend.
All we can do is go forward.
But definitely doing better than I was this weekend. Let's go ahead and actually get the actual party, I think. Is going to be Terry. Because Terry all the way down. And then we will get him equipped with it. Hello. Yeah, we got Asmodeus that's freaking 20. That would be a nice large dark damage one. If I can think of a way to fit it in there, we might. But I don't think we're going to be able to. Because I need him to have all the arc abilities. Or at least a few of them. Let's go. Where's the arc? There's barrier. Don't care about arc rage. I think it's arc shield. So yeah, we could put Asmodeus on there just for lulz. Because now you have the cure, barrier, and that. We have a better arc cure? I don't think so. Because that's on Blanca. Yeah, it doesn't look like we do. So he's got a really high damage one. Okay, I'm gonna go... Geppetto equipped? He is not. Oh, you get to keep panoramic lens. You get Coral Pendant. Okay, hopefully that muted. And we will have pocket watch. You have pedometer and the step doubler. I think this is good. I suppose we could go cosmic bracelet on him. We also need to see if any of the fusions can get leveled up. Amon is at 120 for the next one. I think that's the one we were focusing on. Miserati is up there as well. Yeah, you're 100, so we need 120. Now that we have the proper party, let's go and get ourselves the tents. Data save. In that situation, the pass hope gets better quickly. Yeah. There is a demon who's Asmodeus. Supposedly we can go up these stairs. We can get that stuff that's outside, maybe. At least that's what this guide says for the treasure. I won't. Belial! So we're getting Asmodeus, Belial. We're going to get Mephisto soon. I think we can buy strike expands. Ugh. Let's see. Equipment, Yuri. No, we wanted to see the crest. Solomon. Nope, he's not on that one. Definitely not on that one. These feel like they're just so much further out of reach. So back inside we go. Actually make some progress. I'm just going to let this answer the puzzle for me. Is it because we progressed so far? Not really. We still have a whole other disc. It just feels weird to have one that has only had one left for ages now. And we're starting to fill up into like ones that feel like the second half of the game ones before ever finishing that first one. It feels almost like I missed one. If that makes sense. So it's just the three of you. Let's go ahead and go with the magma. If I did, we're still probably going to beat the game. Not today. Definitely not today. Today's probably actually going to be a relatively short stream, but beyond that, I think we're fine. Let's go with it on Central Guide. That does actually hit all of them. 2 perfects? Yes. Suffering, defeat, and all the toes that come with them. generally, if you, for the most part, in games like this, and I don't know whether I consider it a flaw or just perfectly fine design, but a lot of games like this, if you do all the side quests, you're usually just broken by the end. Like, by the end of the last one, we literally just went in with, like, the 7 things. We have a few of them. The keys, and just rocked. I don't know if we're going to still have that other combo available, but... we'll do what we can, because we must! You vote a Velk? Take him out. That is kind of like our go-to combo. I'm hoping we get something... oh, we have 2 of them there? Damn it. Hopefully this kills Danters. Yeah, most games you don't need everything to defeat it. Outside of certain very malicious games. And then there's other games where good luck beating it even if you did everything. Get punkin', pumpkin. I'm looking at you, Dark Souls. I think we at least got perfect on that one. Yeah. They may have gotten the hit on us, but still got ring perfect. Joaquin over there getting the you're never in the party level ups. No Joaquin. So now we just get to wander up the stairs. Probably getting attacked along the way. Ooh, we surround him. Honestly, I might just slash him to pieces. Considering we have them surrounded. That was indeed a yawn. There will be a number of those, and I will try to remember to mute before them, but I forgot that time. Sorry about that. You're seriously considering to download your Heroes 2 Gold from GOG and going old school for a while? Ooh. Heroes of Might and Magic is a game that has a lot of fond memories for me. At the same time, it's one of those that I don't ever beat. Oh, wow. That was bad. Can I actually get all of them on that? Because they are on the other side of me. We'll do Evil Ray. Sure. I already screwed this one up pretty bad. Yeah, the goal today, beat disc 1, then start disc 2 tomorrow. I should be closer to like 50% tomorrow. Hopefully, if everything continues on track. Past couple days have been pretty good. Still remember that dude that had installed it on several school computers? I remember one guy installing the Tribes demo on most of the computers, and it was like pulling teeth to get us off of that. Okay, so we only have 3, but they're all spread out. I think. Yeah, they're not anywhere near each other because they're jerk faces. So we're gonna go with... We're gonna mix it up. We'll do Miserati. Little thong view for a minute. Anti-air? We'll see. Yeah, teacher that encouraged it. He figured if you knew how to get on there, you're pretty smart. If you knew how to beat it, you're pretty smart. Of course, this is also the same school where one of those individuals locked the admin out of their account and found their Backstreet Boys catalog on the school servers. Admittedly, this was ages ago, but yeah. Yeah, you have to realize this is back when the school's server admin was usually just some dude's uncle that happened to own a Windows PC. It's not when you actually had people properly trained for it. I wasn't even the smartest person with computers in the class, and I probably could have secured it better than them. Installs Heroes of Might Magic 2, 3, and Dungeon Keeper 2. There is a fan remaster of the original Dungeon Keeper, I believe, as well. That works with the GOG version. I was considering actually doing a video on it a while back. Never got around to installing it, though, so I can't, like, verify if it's safe to install right now. I don't want to see how big Large is. I'm just going to have her stab somebody. Also a mod that allows for modern multiplayer. Ooh. Horn of the Abyss. Large is not as large as I anticipated large being. Bye-bye! I should have that as a soundboard thing I could do. The bye-bye! Oh yeah, we don't have perfect because I did her normal attack. Oops. Haha! I think that's the first time I've got a perfect normal.
You can't beat us that easily.
I'm still creeped out by Geppetto's doll. Dude has issues. If I do proper multiplayer, I might actually do Guild Wars. The OG one. On stream, like maybe do a playthrough with like just drop-ins from chat. It's either that or use henchmen. Yes, I am mixing these guys up just for the hell of it. Let's go for... Can I just actually just immediately fusion into something else? Yes, I can. I'm torn as to whether I like the SP cost being per turn or just at the front. I think I generally preferred it being at the front, oddly enough. So I think we take out these three first. Let's go probably Gesundheit. It's a relatively easy one for me to perfect. Gets us some big combo numbers too. Let's take out the emptiness deep within us all. That doesn't work on me, bud. Passion of the Geppetto. Ah. Gesundheit. Figure if I say it enough times whenever I'm streaming this, I'll get a few more people too. I have no idea how to actually pronounce that skill. Go with Fides. I would go Inferno, but that's more for bosses. This might actually be able to kill some things, but we don't really care about that whenever it is. Most we can hit on any single one of these is 2. And they moved away from each other, you bastards. That's one thing about just this type of system in general, where you move things around and you have AoEs based on that. it's really hard for my brain. Maybe there is a technique for predicting it, but it's really hard for my brain to figure out where they're going to be landing at. Like there, I would have never anticipated that I couldn't hit them with her AoE. I'm pretty sure I don't have a medium on her either. I'll go after the fragile one first. It's a cool system, and I like it. It's just something that works better in tactics games than in face versus face games like this. In Chrono Trigger, you had the issue where you couldn't move enemies, so for the most part, there were some abilities that are an exception to that, but that for the most part, enemies wouldn't move unless they moved under their own volition. So it was really hard to kind of like square things up for combos. It's like a cool system that has not been implemented in a way that I think really takes advantage of it. Bright crime. Ah, so it is. Your head goes back on. Still creepy as hell, but your head goes back on. The demure lemure. Get wrecked. It's not a flaw in this game. It's just something that I don't think we had really planned through at this point. Radiant Historia had a cool system for moving enemies around and setting up combos. I watched HC Bailey play that. I have not played it myself. I think I do have a copy of it, though. The original release. I think there was like a re-release or a remaster or something like that. There was a 3DS remaster? Yeah. I thought there was one, but I was like, not positive. Even though the 3DS could play. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, wasn't the original just on the DS? Because it required dual screen. Yeah, it is. I don't have a lot of DS games. Mainly because I don't have a working DS anymore. But that's a whole different discussion. That, and it's really hard to get video out without hard modding. I'm readjusting how I'm sitting real quick. Just give me a moment. Old man moving. How's it going, by the way, Flair? I'm going to readjust. I might move my monitors if I have energy later. Swap them around. Wouldn't mind seeing a switch port of that similar to Bravely Default. I'm just wondering how they would handle the dual screen part of it, but I mean, it's not, that wouldn't be too hard to do. I mean, they did it with Etrian Odyssey and stuff, so. I suppose you could get away with it. That said, dual screen on Etrian Odyssey is a lot more convenient than mono screen. We're just doing this for the perfect. Hopefully I can actually get it. I missed it. Shit. I let my ego take the better part of me. Well, since we're at that point that we don't have to worry about it, I'm just gonna whack you in the face then. Get defeated by a doll dance. It's not the end of the world. It's just like a couple hundred gold. It's whatever. Kind of at the point where the bonuses are not exactly worth it. And the reason we're not going after the chests is they don't respawn. Suppose we could have left them behind. I don't know if they would actually have remained. That door has fingies. Now this... Oh, he doesn't have 80 mana. No! We'll go with Fides anyway. If he had 80 mana, I could just do his high level. It's single target though, so it doesn't really matter. So special skills, we'll just do Magma. Oh wait, we have Hellflame. Hellflame we can do. With the flames of hell, I cleanse thee! This game continues to intrigue and baffle you, mostly because you only catch every 5th stream. Don't worry, that's just the game. It's a good game to try. It is unhinged at times. Just making sure anyone who's interested in playing it knows that. It is unhinged. The hinges, they're about a county over. Game's fun. The writing is wild. It's definitely a divestment from standard JRPG tropes, but it still somehow maintains all the JRPG tropes, if that makes sense. That is the only way I can think to describe it. Every JRPG trope that isn't a JRPG trope at the same time. Can we actually get all of you? I want the emptiness guy. Yes, we can. Just hit everybody who's laying on their back. I do love the ring system in this one. I think this ring system feels better than in the first game. It might also just be because the first one I had a bit more input delay than on this one. Although I am noticing at times I'm getting input delay on this one, so it might just be I had really bad luck with the emulator on the first game. Literally have a save point on the other side of this door. Tightly sealed. Well, you go ahead and use a mana leaf or two. Because you're running out of mana there, sir. So we got that. I think we actually go in here. Yeah. What are these scales for? Yeah, I had to slow the game down in the first one for... That's just because that was like freaking 12 in a row or some crap like that. I didn't have to slow it down to do the money grinding this time. Though if I do it again, I will. Only reason I didn't do it this time is it would give me a headache. The sound of it, like even right now, just the sound of the game, I can kind of feel it in my skull. So I have it turned fairly low. Probably a little lower than the volume you guys hear it at, if that tells you anything. Looks like a machine for weighing things, but you need something to use as a counterweight. Now, do I try and solve this one on my own, or do I just look at the solution? Got the arsonist weight. Got the thief's weight. We got an ad weight. Of course, we're going to still get encounters in here. I'm not a huge fan of the encounters in the middle of puzzles, because that just distracts my brain. If you need it, then look it up. I mean, I already have the guide open next to me, and it has hints, but if I scroll down, it'll have an answer, I'm pretty sure. So it's very accessible right now. More accessible than my brain. Do I just, you know what? I think magma might just be better. Haven't you just ever had days like that where it just felt like drive not found on your brain? That is me the past few days. I should, after this stream, I'll be rendering it and uploading it. Hopefully it'll be done processing. Should actually have videos back going up today on YouTube. Oh, you do no. I keep thinking Bullenvogel is the one that is the ring, but it's not. It's Hurvilk. Hurvilk. We'll take out the Demure Lemure. Also, the ability to slow down the ring by 50%, lifesaver in this one. We'll do a passion on this guy. We're not going to zero turn them. We don't do enough damage, sadly. My main hope is to just get a perfect. That is so many hits. I want to steal that ability. It's like an even more attacks version of Blanca's attack. And I like Blanca's attack. Ring perfect. Dude, perfect. We're going to look at these in the inventory in a minute. Hey, Athit, how's it going? We just picked up the kidnapper's weight. And the murderer's weight. Which weight do I want to put on? Forget it. Let's go look at our weights. See what the clues are like. They are key items. Is there something about Blanca that's not super likable? I can't think of anything. I like Blanca. Blanca, I'm not going to call him the bestest boy. I'm sorry, but Vivi is always going to be the bestest boy for me. Blanca is a very good boy. Blanca, I would put about on... I would actually put Blanca over Esquier. He is Shadowheart's best boy, yes. Of course. He is a very good boy, but the bar for best boy in Shadowhearts, very high. He just is... He's just showing off at this point. Everyone else is down here like 20 minutes behind him on the race. He is dusting them. Final Fantasy IX prequel storybook? I have not. If you put a link in either general gaming or memes and videos, I'll definitely check it out, though. You're literally counting days until your vacation? Ooh, how far out are you? We can celebrate with you. Okay, so Thief's Weight. Tool of justice in ancient Rome, weights representing crimes were placed on the balance to decide judgment. The Black Thief's weight was relatively light. Tool of justice in ancient Rome, the bronze weight was for kidnapping, though a light crime. If the victim was injured, the combined weight could equal murder. Tool of justice in ancient Rome, the arsonist weight was silver, considered more serious than theft or kidnapping because burnt property was lost forever. Tool of justice, the murderer's weight was gold. He who kills one person must pay in this world, but he who kills two must pay in the next. Not available, just announced recently. Ooh, that's cool. Have a good day at work, Queen. Be safe. May it be a peaceful day. And may it be a safe trip as well. Always got to wish that one. So murderer's weight is the heaviest. So how are we supposed to know the weight of the one that's already on there? Here, let's do quick saves so we don't... I know we get ambushed if we fail at this. Apparently it's Vivi's origin story following him and his grandpa. That's gonna be an interesting one. Are you referring to the gourmand grandpa that found out that food is not the only thing that feeds? Or are you referring to someone before that? Gourmand grandpa? Yeah. That would be interesting. It'd make a good graphic novel. I'm not sure if I would be big on reading just like a text novel on that one, because I have a feeling it would be either relatively short or completely filled with a bunch of extra stuff. Let's see. The DS was a good console for RPGs for you. Many games did not come out in Europe, but there were many retailers who were selling imports, and the DS allowed you to play US games. Yeah. Region locking is shit. At least before, like in the early days of region locking, it was literally just keyed cartridge slots. So you could just take off like the top of your console and play the games anyway. In a lot of cases, like with the Super Nintendo is a really good example of that. Must be an account of Vivi's grandpa looking for the best recipe to cook Vivi. I still need to think of a theme song for Lump. And no, I cannot go with the song Lump. Lump is a TTRPG character that I'm playing. He has an int of 6. And he is what is known as a Weshelkind. But he's got a giant's heart, so he is large size Weshelkind. So he's a 9-foot tall, like, I want to say like 800-pound puppet filled with straw. Made out of canvas. So he's like Big Vivi. But I cannot think... He's also... I'm trying to play him up to be... like Lenny, but doesn't murder mice. Kind of situation. He doesn't like murder. But... he's also a rogue. The DS being region-free was great. You imported a copy of Jump Superstars. You were the envy of your high school? Ah. You played many imports on Super Nintendo but stopped with PS1. The big thing in Europe for like early gaming was you guys had different refresh rates on your TVs too, so that probably made some games harder on imports too, because if I remember correctly, it would run faster for you guys, wouldn't it? Or would it run? Because it would have 60 FPS of input put to 50 FPS, something like that. I've never done PAL to NTSC. I've always just played NTSC. You're gonna mice and man him? He has a pet. What I anticipate happening is Lump's gonna die to save the pet. Unfortunately. That's what I'm guessing is going to happen. Lump has 44 HP. He does not know that the pet has 77. He just knows he doesn't want people hurting Friend. The pet's name is literally Friend, because that's what Lump calls him. It's the party's pet. Lump has decided it is his pet. I'm gonna feed it and train it every day. I'll take it on walks. Actually, it'd be, take on walks. Me feed every day. Lump protect Friend. I looked up the answer. Actually, it's a Monster Hunter monster. I don't remember the name of it. I can look it up. It is, because I actually have my session notes on one of my own servers, though. It is called Tobi Katachi. It is a small wyvern, and I think it's a baby version of it. And yeah, we rescued it from... Well, we didn't really rescue it. We helped its mom give birth to it as the mom had just gotten done fighting off something scary. You were a third, right? Yep. It's blue, not green, but yeah, pretty much. You were almost 2/3 right. That is pretty close to green. But yes, if he found a baby green dragon, it would be Puppy. I do not usually play dumb characters. Low int characters is something I almost always avoid because I am very bad at not trying to solve puzzles. He's low int. I need to not have him make solutions to puzzles, and I need to remember not to have him do any kind of like well thought out things, basically. He is barely literate. If he is even literate. I don't know if 6 is below literacy. But to put it in perspective, the Friend is 4 intelligence. Since you can't live up to... Aw. You are plenty smart, Daladon. I do need to BRB 1 second, though. But I will be back in just a moment. Okay, I'm back. You understand why low int characters can come up with a solution before others. In that case, keep it simple and ask questions of higher int characters that are severely leading, but also stupid curiosity. That is a good way to do it. I wasn't going to grab anything while I was out there, but I did get some chips because I need something on my stomach. One low int character he saw once was a witch doctor who used zombie powder to avoid the repercussions for his actions as part of his backstory. That was a fun adventure. Oh, geez. I need more brains. See, the way I'm playing this guy is he's dumb. He's always been dumb. A little bit of a... I don't think anyone who's in the game is in stream right now. At least if they are, they haven't chatted. Spoilers on his backstory if you are in the Sunday games. But his backstory is he is actually... The way Weshelkind are made is hags create Weshelkind and steal infants for their rituals. Or children. In this case, it would have been child. In Lump's case, he was used as a replacement for a giant's baby. A giant heart was used to fuel the magical powers that kept him animated, and that's how he was born. He has been around for centuries, but he was originally raised by giants, which, generally speaking, I think in this world are still kind of savage and not civilized at all. As in, they don't have literature or anything like that. They might even be monstrous. I don't remember for sure. But he was originally born there, raised as that. Then he was taken by one of the northern clans, which is where we are right now. And he was basically used as indentured servitude by a particular clan for ages, passed around, used by them, never really educated. So he has spent a long time like that. He met up with another Weshelkind who kind of helped him out, was kind of his bestie and gave him advice, so that kind of raised his wisdom, but not his ability to solve problems. So that's why I gave him a reasonable wisdom score, but low int. Just because he's been around for a long time. And then what went on from there is he was separated from this friend. The other friend ended up going south, way south. And he stayed in the north and helped found some settlements, helped do odds and ends. His quote-unquote handler passed, and he has been independent for a good about 10, 15 years. So he really hasn't had a chance to be educated or form intelligence beyond just rudimentary stuff. But he has a severe aversion to people who believe in destinies. Let's put it that way, because of his association with the other Weshelkind. Oh, that's interesting approach as well. Having a character essentially change their alignment because of low int. I can see that being a reasonable thing. I just realized that crunch showed up on the audio cues there. I apologize. Let's go ahead and beat some enemies up, though. Your character's counted good to match his low int because his actions are good but short-sighted. Is he going full Minsk? I know that's just a trope But there are actually a lot of chaotic good low-end characters, and it does fit that role pretty well. Minsk just pops into my brain because Baldur's Gate. Go for the eyes, boo! Well, it feels good to have something in my stomach. I'm eating solid food, yay. I had some last night, too. Let's see. Special skills. We'll do a magma. I think we will destroy the emptiness that is inside my skull. I do love me a Minsk character, though. I know that's tropey. I know that's super predictable, but I like Minsk. Do I like him in my party? No, because he's actually kind of a crappy character. But now, Daladon. I'm gonna make a joke because I know what kind of characters you prefer. I'd wager a lot of your characters get in over their head a lot. I know you like halflings. I had to go there. Oi! Let's go ahead and take... Oh, no! I was too damn slow. Let's go. No, we don't have a good AoE for them, do we? We might be able to get them. Nope. I'm just going to beat him up. Funny thing is, when you were young, before you played Baldur's Gate for the first time. I'm sorry. Wrong pipe. Played a talisman type game, and you somehow got a ranger with a squirrel companion as your character. Pretty sure with Insight it was Minsk. It very well could have been. The talisman game in general, well, a lot of the games that are like Talisman even, have a ton of references. Halfling's gnome, Tabaxi, your Tabaxi is like 5'4", and your two characters waiting in the wings are a small elf rogue and a small halfling barb. Halfling barb is kind of fun, actually. Not gonna sleep on that one. Let's go ahead and passion those guys out. A World Tree Halfling Barb. What bonuses do World Tree ones get? You're still mad that all modern versions of Talisman remove the Finger of Death spell? I did not know that. I've only played Talisman a few times. I've played some of the clones a few times. I haven't played any of them enough to get super attached to them. But I know they have a lot of references because I've stumbled across them. Love playing it on freaking Tabletop Simulator. Also do have, if I remember correctly, it's Talisman on just a standalone PC game. They have more reach when raging and can force teleport people. Ooh, I like mobility-based builds in, especially in D&D, where it forces other targets to move. Because one of the biggest flaws of like D&D combat, in my opinion, is how static it becomes once people get locked into their positions. Because nobody wants to take the hits from opportunity attacks. So you end up just kind of struggling through. having to just deal with those opportunity attacks. Taliesin was the first insight in the world of pen and paper RPGs, but now feel like the Final Fantasy Mystic Quest of role-playing. Kinda. I can see that comparison. That is actually a pretty good comparison. Where it has the essentials there, but it doesn't have the level of detail needed to like really crunch down into it. For me, I would say that Hero Quest was probably what Talisman is for you. In the system I'm working on, actually the modification of 5e that I'm working on, I am removing opportunity attacks as a baseline, and they're instead something you have to actively get like a feat or a fighting style to get, kind of thing. If that makes sense. Those are the nearest things I can equate it to. There are some other changes that I'm doing. Because the way I've been designing it, it turns out that subclasses don't work the same for me. What does Orb Expert do, by the way? Because I am intrigued by that. Orb Expert has two components. That combat opportunity attacks. So first, the path. While you are holding an orb, opportunity attacks against you have disadvantage. And Prescient Escape. While you are holding the orb, whenever a creature you can see enters a space within 5 feet of you, you can use your action to move up to your speed without provoking an opportunity. Oh, that's cool. That's a nice reactive way to avoid it. I'm also including a lot more skills that have you move as part of the attack. So, Fighter, for example, there's a maneuver that moves you 5 feet while doing the attack and stuff like that. As part of the attack, you do the attack and then you move 5 feet, but still. And have a lot of stuff like that with various spells and attacks too. So people will have the opportunity to move without getting those kind of penalties as well. Mini Portent bonus. Sounds like a really cool modification of Diviner. Okay. So we got save, we got up to the 5th floor. This place has a high encounter rate, Jesus. Or did I leave something equipped? Oh no. Let's see. So you get 1d6 each short or long rest that you can add to a spell attack or deduct from a spell save. It's pre-rolled like Portent. That's cool. Aha! That's why we've been having so many encounters. Because I am a Dumas and didn't notice I had that equipped. I was wondering why we're getting so many encounters. This game does not usually have high encounter rates. I had that equipped because I was going to just grind it out and get some levels with it, but then I just did the shopping trip. You're not supposed to know I'm an immortal. This room looks kind of disturbing. I see button, I press button. So does that let us... E. And it's just not even... It's already at the top level. There are many others like it that means casters are just more flexible and interesting. That is helpful. I just always find it kind of irritating whenever games you just end up standing there just pot-shotting each other until combat is over with. That's one reason why in a lot of the combats I did for like Lancer and stuff like that, I usually introduce like, okay, here's a specific mechanic that can make this boss easier. I treated every fight as a mini boss fight. If you solved the puzzle, you got it easier. If you didn't solve the puzzle, you could still muscle through it. Give me a moment while I laugh at the beginning of that statement. Rod expert tickles me. Context! Anyway, when you make a ranged spell attack while using a rod as a spell casting focus, you can use a bonus action to take a melee attack with your rod. Counts as a club for the purposes of the attack. All the rods in the club. I don't know why I'm real mature today. You can't flood the Twitch chat in the meanwhile. I mean, you could. It would involve going to the Twitch chat, though. One of your favorite Earth Dawn spells is called Fun with the Door. To describe the spell fast, once you cast it, you can do the Scooby-Doo hallway doors gag. That would be a fun spell. I'd probably call it something like Chaos Portal. Spawn 6 doors within 120 feet of you, visible, probably. In locations visible to you. Whenever you go through one, roll a d6. Find out which one you come out of. A few of the experts get the usual no disadvantage in close combat spellcasting. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can normally do non-range spellcasting without that being an issue. But if you do like Firebolt, yeah, you get the disadvantages if you're just shooting an arrow. Do we have... We have a lot of enemies. Days. But yeah, having a lot of things that increase the mobility of combat is always a plus for me. The one you usually got caught off guard with was Acid Splash and Poison Spray, which are pretty useful in melee as mini AoEs. Yeah, because they are ranged attacks, aren't they? I always forget that Acid Splash isn't a melee spell. Longer description, you can link any door entryway window at will with each other for the duration of the spell. Use more than one thread, casting turn, to extend the zone of effect. Duration or number of connected doors at the same time. Field of view is not required. Ooh. That could be very broken, though. Especially if you were, like, climbing a tower, connected to the doors above you. Bypass half the dungeon. Of course, you'd have to also know they're up there, I guess. That would involve farseeing. I don't know why this is tasting so good to me right now, but I literally have queso and chips and salsa and chips. And it is settling my stomach. You'd think salsa wouldn't settle your stomach, but it do for me. Probably the chips. Illusions have a spell feat in Earth Dawn. It's also a mid to high level spell, allowing them to probably do that. I'd feel kind of guilty using that in a game, because that does feel like I would be bypassing the work that DM did. New fighting style 2 in Frontiers of Eberron for the Eldritch Knight. +1 to attack rolls with spells and +1 DC to spell save DC. Basically offsetting the split stat nature of them. I guess we're just going to kill the emptiness. And some others who might have had the same issue, yeah. Has one caveat. If it's casted in the zone, it cannot be overwritten easily, so if you fight an illusionist. Ah. Oh, that would be a hellish Wizard's Tower. That's a fun fact. I actually have a Wizard's Tower as one of my test suites. For those of you that are curious. Yeah, one of my test suites is a Wizard's Tower. It's got a handful of rooms that each have different types of challenges and monsters and stuff like that, and I just roll them for each room, and it lets me test combat, environmental effects, traps, stuff like that. So I can just set up the mechanics in there, and I don't really have to go through the same routes every single time. I can solo DM against myself. The 4 base spellcaster types in Earth Dawn are hellish to fight against in a lair they have prepared. Yeah. That's how I think magic users should be. Out in the wild, they should just be strong area of effect control with some damage. In their domains, they should be just total freaking nightmares. I don't think this is going to kill the Daunters. And excuse me, by the way. Today's just one of those days. I apologize if I'm making weird noises. As I said, you're getting like 30% L. I don't want to just see what this looks like. We do get another save point, so I might as well. Let's go ahead and use it on you. And as I miss it, god damn it. I will use it in this combat. There's also weapon masteries for spellcasting foci, so again, helping the classes that usually get some weapon masteries that are half or third casters. I don't put it in every system, but I do like having int mastery weapons, oddly enough. I haven't really thought of a way to do whiz mastery. But like int mastery weapons would be like specific types of wands. Illusionists decide what reality is. Elementists are closer to Avatar, the Last Airbender, than a classic wizard. Nethermancers have such sight to show you, and wizards are the classical wizards. Merlin! Look, Mom, he turned me into a squirrel, and then I got a squirrel girlfriend. And this didn't get creepy at all really fast, and we didn't realize it as kids. Some of you know what I'm referencing. Some of you do not. That is a trippy movie to go back and watch. We did very poorly in that battle, by the way. Okay, so I think we want to go this way. There should be another item. A seal of the soul. Okay, so we actually do want to grab this before messing about with stuff. Wizards literally have a skill to read a book long distance, another to recall exact info they read from a book, so eidetic memory. Another to cast a spell from a book they forgot about, and they also have detective vision. So they're Batman. Batman, Batman, Batman. With Fides. I mean, that is a good roll for a wizard. At least in my opinion. Let's go. Let's take out the chairs. Oop, I almost dripped some cheese on myself. You. Does that mean that a medic wizard would be house? Also, is it just me, or do I think house was a pun in relation to Sherlock Holmes? I know that's just a stupid pun on my part, but... Oh, that's kind of a cool skill. Illusionists have a skill that turns illusion in reality, a skill that turns reality into illusion, and still spellcasting success from any spellcaster dice roll. Jeez. Magic sounds way more powerful in that than it does in D&D. That said, I do think it'd be cool to have a class that steals dice rolls and swaps them out. Like, have one queued dice in your backlog that you roll kind of like a divination die at the beginning of the day. Roll that die. Then as a reaction, if you see anyone rolls an attack die or a save, you substitute the die that's in storage and take theirs. And you can use that up to, like, say, your proficiency bonus or something like that. Let's go for a passion. Oh, we were going to use the... It's fine. I was going to use the 80 mana one, then I forgot. I like Passion. It is hilarious. I love the giant pumpkin. It is one of my go-tos. It entertains me greatly. I am a professional. Judge me. And yes, I think this is how we get that other one. Because there is another chest. We saw it in that cage that was nearby. We want to put this one probably lower level if I had to take a wild guess. Nethermancer, Cleric, Demonologist, Necromancer, toolkit wise. Okay. They are the Flesh Masters. Master of the Flesh. Sounds almost like they are a cross between a cleric and a warlock, even. Go with... Well, we'll just stick with V-Days. I know it's predictable, but it's what I'm used to using. They're also a multi-dimensional character? Jeez. Goodness gracious. Combo! I do find it funny that my microphone is somehow able to pick up me snapping a chip behind my, like, turning around so that it's like my body between the freaking microphone and the chip. It can somehow pick up on that. But other times it struggles to sometimes pick up my voice that's like right in freaking front of it. Because I see it move every now and then whenever I'm like crunching a chip. Let's try that 80 mana one here. Because we're relatively close to the save point, I think. Why do I keep missing it? God damn it! Well, we've already lost the perfect there, so I'm gonna just blaze. I'm not doing that on purpose, by the way. I am just the dumbs. Okay, we should be able to get this item. There she is. Paimon? What is this, Digimon? Okay, Crest. We'll check if it's Solomon's Key. They're also the only pure spellcaster that gains innate weapon skills. Illusions can take it as a side, but it's optional. Oh. Appears the majestic king with vassals, can grant humans knowledge, travels by camel, and lives in the desert. Lives in the desert. I suppose I could just go grab the order of these, because I do not have mental capacity for this right now. Okay, so SKS. So this one is Forsaken Hill. So we got Cameo right. We got Fenix wrong. Lives near his friend Cameo, also a bird. Two is person. We got that one right. Three is Paimon, which is this one, which makes sense. Desert. Marcosius, we got right. Raum is there. Okay. Yeah, we got most of it right. You just don't have the mental capacity. I don't today. Dark Resist Evil Summoning has been... Ooh. Gale has been added to the Marcosius. Shield has been added to the Cameo. Holy Edge has been added to Fenix. Dark Edge has been added to Person. Evilborn is added to Rome. Earth Edge, Rockstorm. So we've actually gotten a decent number of these now. Thank you for the hydrate. I will take it. Mostly I am scarfing chips with stuff on it. Just to have something in my stomach. This is the only thing that sounded good whenever I darted out there for like quick snackums. So that's what I took. Sometimes you just eat what you can stomach, you know? Ooh, there's more salsa in here than I thought. Yes, I'm out of queso. I still have chips for salsa, though. I gotta counter your hydrate with a salsa. We also got an ad coming in, so I might as well snack during it. By the way, if you're ever in the southern U.S., 100% recommend Taco Bueno salsa. As long as it's a pureed salsa, not a chunky salsa, but it's got a really good flavor to it. I know some people prefer things closer to pico de gallo, and there's salsa where it's like super chunky. We can taste all the veggies. I like that sometimes. But this is just a smooth pureed salsa that's got just the right amount of heat, just the right amount of seasonings. It work good. I highly doubt half of you are ever going to be in the southern U.S., but hey, it's a recommendation. It's available across most of the U.S. I don't know if it's going to be as quality for the salsa, but it's been consistent across a couple states, so I can recommend it with that. Way better than anything you'd get at, like, Chili's or shit like that. We've got a long walk up. While I'm snacking on them salsa bits. Let's see. I do need to take these fights for both money and levels, so... Let's go with Fides. We are going back up. I don't actually know what element I should be using in here. Go after that, damage this guy in the front. Maybe that'll get us another kill. You do Hoovervelk. Take those guys out. And it should be enough for Blanca to kill this one in the front. Hopefully. Maybe not, but hopefully. It was not. How close was it? Not close enough. I will get this dark crust off, come hell or high water. We recognize that one. We had that one used against us before. Yay! More EXP. And I generally don't mind people flooding the chat. As long as it's pertinent. No, that wasn't about the stuff you were saying. It was a reference to a way, way earlier comment that I'd forgotten to finish my thought on. What you were doing was not flooding the chat. You were flooding my belly with the hydrate. Now, the only time I get bothered by people making comments is freaking backseating. That's when I start to get you know? I'm a little burned out on the random battles. We even took the golden necklace off, but we kind of did that to ourselves earlier. by having the golden necklace on. Let's see, 2014 halfling prepped. Ancestral guardian Barb, who is nagged by his family ghost in Mulan. Styled way. 2024 halfling prepped, world tree halfling, previous militiaman, farmer, survivors guild, and a pitchfork flavored as a spear, longsword, and a shield that is really an old wagon wheel. I do love using environmental things as other things. I was really tempted to ask if I could use a door as a shield for Lump, but I'm not sure if a door would be more expensive than an actual proper shield, and Lump does not have a lot of gold. Try to avoid random battles then. Yes. Turn on random battle evade. Item. Time to pitch a tent. Time to a save. Wooden door shields are a ton of fun. And it would fit his size better than a normal shield. Worst backseat gaming ever is still the not helpful at all comment? Nah, that's not the worst backseat gaming. Worst backseat gaming is incorrect information where someone is super insistent that it is correct. One guying is the worst backseating. I don't know how often you guys have run across that. That's one reason I will not stream Magic the Gathering. As long as the DM knows how to convert door durability to shield stats in a fun manner. Generally speaking, equipment doesn't really do durability in D&D. There is durability for doors, but it is a little bit more complex. Because they don't have a lot of life, but they're resistant to types of damage. Like, you're more likely to get through a door, I believe it's with bludgeoning, than with slashing, for example, or piercing. Hello, blonde boy.
Well, it's been a long time.
Rasputin is dead now.
Yes, I know. But what of it? He was never your true enemy anyway.
Nikolai, what are you trying to accomplish? What are you after?
This vault is filled to overflowing with the hatred, malice, and despair of the countless souls who have perished here. What if all that malice were to be suddenly released?
Yeah, what if?
It would creep into the hearts of people all over the world. All their petty, paltry vices would become magnified, warped into bitterness, anger, and envy. Don't you see? Men will slaughter each other like cattle to get ahead. Yes, the 21st century will be a time of unprecedented conflict and bloodshed.
How can you?
Very easily. Do you think you can stop me, Yuri?
Yeah.
What I want to do is to crush you. The man who beat Cardinal Albert Simon, who endured the mistletoe's curse, who refused to bend before Rasputin. If I can't destroy you, I'll never be able to forgive myself. Behold! Aren't they beautiful? Perfect balls of negative energy. Godslayer, Pandora's box has been reopened. These unfettered bundles of malice will infect the world forever. You can try your best, but no matter how much you fight, the age of darkness is nigh!
Bastard! Come on!
How did they know? I had to say that twice because I forgot to unmute myself. So, yeah. I forgot to equip myself with things that'll make this easier, so we're just gonna go for it. So we're gonna do energy charge. What element is he? I don't think he's any element, sadly. No, he's non-elemental. Do we have... We have Gale. We can go ahead and put that on you. Because we need you fast. Nikolai from Spy Fiction. I can see that. Let's go ahead. We're going to have you... Oh, he's going to get a turn before either of them. No! And his alter ego, spoiler warning. Oh, there are vocals in this. I was about to say, there are freaking vocals in this music. It's not One-Winged Angel, but it'll do. Well, we'll cast Gesundheit. Just to get some damage in on him. That was bad. He only has, like... We only have to do that about, like, 30 more times. That was a fuck ton of damage. Okay, so Crest Magic, you do... I think we do Arc Barrier, but I'm not positive on this one. F ton of damage from the Resident F-Boy? Pretty much. Special skills. Inferno time! Feels like this should have Mortal Kombat music while it's going on. Let's do Arc Cure then, now that we have Barrier up. Oh, he's got the same feeling. Okay, bud. Press Magic. I think we're going to have you kind of sit on Mana Leaves. Keep him topped off. Nikolai's special skills: monologuing, expert; hamming for the camera, expert; chewing scenery, Tim Curry, legendary. Yeah. Energy charge again. I should have gotten Arc Gale on somebody. Rest magic. I think we will go... You know what? Just add some damage to him. Because, yeah, 600 damage every 2 turns versus, what, 100 damage per turn from these guys? Definitely a pretty big difference. You're gonna get real tired of this skill against bosses. Just gonna tell you now. I'm gonna use it a lot. Here comes Meteor Fall. Ow. Well, it only hit one guy. This is fine. We'll go with Gesundheit. We could go combos for this, but I don't think we'd really be able to set up for it with how our speed is set up right now. Oh, you just go ahead and do Arc Cure. Something just ran across the roof. You... I think you're actually going to Gale Geppetto as well. Not quite as good as we got on main guy, but this is fine. Bonk, bonk, bonk. I don't think I'm ever going to get all perfects on a boss. Especially any of these like later bosses. Because I do consider this a later boss. It may be going into second disc, but I do think we're probably about, if I had to take a wild guess, 2/3 of the way through the game. Go. Could do Arc Rage. Or I could be smart and actually get us mana on our big guy. Probably a little bit of overkill there, but it's fine. Oh, it wasn't. It's still... Yeah, he's good. I do need to keep an eye out for when Barrier falls. Wow, everything just fell off of you. Groovy. So we need to get that back up ASAP. That is quite a bit of damage, even against our tankiest guy. Damn. Let's go with... guess we can just Gazoon hide him. He's at yellow life, though. So we've made a progress. I should have healed main guy, huh? Gale. Yeah, I should have healed. I am a Dumas. I think we can still recover from it. Flail on him some more. Yeah, arc barrier's probably the best bet. Because we lost all of our other ones. Legendary Rider, a Dumas. For some reason, I always think of Shawshank Redemption whenever Dumas comes up. Believe it or not. Because of the scene where they're in the library. I do love that movie. Press magic, arc cure on everybody. Everybody get cured at the party. Ta-da! You heal him too. And we go for another Inferno. This is not going to be enough to kill him, but I think it will put him in range to be murked by pretty much anybody. So I think if we go all in on each of their turns, we don't have anything to worry about. Oh no, we got him. I thought I was just going to keep him at a sliver. Where's my apology? No miss victory. I thought we had missed one in there, but I apparently did not. Got Galahad's sword. Who do we have that uses swords? I don't think anybody uses swords. Oh, wait, yeah, we do. Doit. I had her in the party. So we got Galahad's sword for her.
I suppose that I am beaten, even with the power of Astaroth. Time to finish it. Ew.
Kato.
In the name of the Emperor, I'm taking this man under my protection. I do not wish to fight you. Please leave.
No way.
If this man is truly next in line to the Tsardom of Russia, then as an allied country, we cannot simply let you kill him.
Look at those. Do you have any idea what those are going to do?
It was you who let it happen. The malice is already invading the people's hearts. It's too late for them. Taking this person's life is not going to change anything.
Stay out of this.
Yuri!
I'm going back to the capital. Your war is over now. Look for another way to live. Farewell.
That is the end of Disc 1. Random Kato out of nowhere. I don't think we actually... I mean, we had indicators that he was watching and he was part of the movements. But I don't think we really had indicators that he was going up the tower behind us, did we? But yeah, tomorrow we'll start in on Disc 2. As we sit on this screen. Hopefully it actually works transferring over to Disc 2. Otherwise, I have an entire day of angry yelling to get through. But we'll find that out tomorrow. Do I have anybody I can raid? Anybody doing anything remotely similar or interesting? Let us find out. Like I said, today's going to be a short one because I'm still in a bit of a mid-state. We have some Fatal Frame. We have Monkey Island. Oh, there's somebody playing Shining Force 2. I'll send you guys into them. They're having a big yawn right now. So I'll send you guys off to some Shining Force 2. They raided us before whenever we were doing, I believe, Final Fantasy V. So I'll give them a raid back now. Stay safe, everyone. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Or hopefully I continue to be a little bit better each day, and we'll have a full-length stream soon enough. Either way, keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath. Bye!